So every once in a while, someone will reach out to me, probably because of my old videos on like YouTube and Instagram about my time in Peace Corps. And I really haven't shared a whole lot about my experience for many reasons. But now I'm realizing like I think it is a trauma of sorts. Like it was a really, really hard time for me, like a really, really hard time. And now that I feel like I'm a few years removed from it, I can deal with some of the stuff. And so some people will reach out to me all the time, just like, hey, I'm looking to apply or I'm being considered, just kind of want your take on it. And my overall is like, I don't encourage people to join the Peace Corps. And it's for a lot of reasons, but my personal experience, I just don't encourage people to do it. And I'm happy to get into more detail on that. I think I do need to do some sharing, but I usually share with people individually when they ask. But I wanted to bring something up because also living abroad is such an awesome thing, but there's a lot of like glamour about it, and I don't think a lot of people get into the nitty-gritty. So there's a couple things that I want to share that are probably going to be TMI, but we're going to do it because why not? So the first one I want to talk about is so I was diagnosed with seborrheic dermatitis, which is kind of like, I don't know all the medical behind it, but it's kind of like eczema of the scalp, right? So when I was little, I had eczema on like my elbows and my knees for a few years, not super, super crazy bad, and then it went away. And I guess it's something that can kind of like be activated. So it's been dormant in my body for some time. And then it was in Peace Corps when I was like 25, 26. So it activated then. And I didn't know what it was. I just noticed that my scalp started flaking, and I had been natural before I went to Peace Corps. And since I've been natural, I really didn't have dandruff like that. But when I was in Peace Corps, I was like, especially when I got to my site placement, it was just like it was like snowflakes. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, the Head and Shoulders commercials where it's like like it was bad. So I started noticing the flaking of my scalp, and I was like, okay, there's a lot of different things. I mean, humidity is different. The climate is different. I was in the tropics coming from Michigan. I was drinking different water. My diet was different. I had different kinds of stress. I was using different hair products because it was hard to find hair products within my budget that I was familiar with. So I'm trying to use local stuff. So I started doing some research on like more natural things and like cheaper ways to wash my hair with like baking soda, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, that kind of stuff. And while that did not harm my hair, it did not cure my problem. And so I was just kind of dealing with that for some time. And then one day I noticed that I had like right along my hairline, I have to find a picture, but I had splotches of like lighter color. Like my skin was just like circles of lighter color. And I was like, what is happening? Like I've never had that before. And so I took some pictures of it. And then I also realized right under my chin, I have to find those pictures too. I think I took some. Under my chin, on my chin, and then on the back of my neck was bad. If back of my neck was a mess, and I was so self-conscious. I wasn't trying to wear my hair down. I couldn't wear my hair down, matter of fact, because as soon as you took it down with the humidity, poof. I was very uncomfortable. Like when I was on the bus, I was like riding the bus with people, and people are sitting behind me, and I'm like, my neck just looks crazy, and it was kind of like itchy too. So it was on my chin, my neck, in my scalp. I also had it really badly on my ears. Like my ears itched so bad. The lobes were really flaky. And then I had the rash on the back of my ears was like red as well. And that's when I reached out to the doctor and I sent her my pictures, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that's dermatitis." So we got medication and stuff like that. And I think I don't think I used much on my skin. Maybe she gave me a cream for my skin. I do not recall. But I know she gave me stuff like a special shampoo for my hair, and I was able to wash. I had to do that every few days until like I got everything under control. And then after that, I think I was able to wash my hair like once a week with medicated shampoo and get it together. But that was really something. I don't remember how long it took my skin to like begin to look normal again. It took some time. Very self-conscious about it. I really didn't know what was going on because I had never experienced anything like that before. Very happy that I was able to get the medical attention that I needed. Very happy that I did not have to go to Kingston to get the medical attention, because I was like gosh, by bus I'd say 3-4 hours to get to Kingston, and then I would have to get there and get back. I'm gonna try and do that. So thankfully I was able just to send her pictures, and then I was able to be diagnosed virtually, got that handled. And something else I forgot, because I mentioned how far I was from town. Kingston is what they call town. And I'm trying to remember, because I don't think they really mailed medications. I think what they typically did was kind of like a courier situation. So like there were a couple other people who lived like if I was going into Kingston, there were probably two people. There was a couple and then a young man, I think, that lived closer on route. So I think what they typically had is like, hey, so-and-so is coming in on Wednesday. I'll have him pick it up. Can you guys meet up and like collect it from each other? And so I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I'm pretty sure someone else picked up my meds. Usually just comes in like a brown stapled bag, and then pass it off, which is kind of funky. It worked, and we all knew each other really well, so I guess it's nothing, like they wouldn't have known what was in it or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's what they used to do, is sort of like a courier service. But it's still something that I deal with now, and I notice it, especially when it's hot outside. Summer, I live in Arizona, and then also when I'm stressed, So that just reminded me what's happening now, reminded me of when this originally all started. So just sharing that. Happy to answer questions if people have them. And like I said, I want to make some more videos about a couple other things. Just got to put some thought into it. So